talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes, commenting, and subscribing. You hear me? Okay. We see each other. Well, hey, B. JamiThatsMe here. And listen, we have got to talk about Married to Medicine. All right. I was taking my time. I'm sorry. Okay. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. Okay. Without a dope beat to step two. Well, I gave y'all a few dope videos, I feel. Okay. We got into body cam, it's messy. Court is messy. And what the hell ever else. All right. So I've given you guys some content. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you look around the page and get into some things. Okay. Now, we are here today to talk about Married to Medicine. And I know I've been dragging my feet just a little piece, but we're going to get into the episode. So let me go ahead and get to the top of my notes, honey, while you guys like up the video and get comfy, because I do feel like this is going to be a long video, unfortunately. I think I'm probably going to be covering more than what I may want to, but we're going to do it anyway. And we got to, of course, address some things, get into some things that T may have said during Watch What Happens Live. We also have to talk about what Dr. Heavily may have said, any quote unquote behind the scenes tea or whatnot. And y'all know, I'm going to say quote unquote because, girl, I really don't be knowing what Heavenly be saying is true or not, because I don't believe everything she says and I don't eat it up like a bowl of cereal like a lot of other people do. Okay. However, we will get into it. All right. So the first thing I want us to talk about is Gregory. At the top of the episode, we do see where Gregory does apologize to T for his actions the night before and says that he knows how quiet can get when she's drunk, and he felt like, she was just making him mad. And although I do understand that she was making Greg mad, but because he knows how she can be when she gets drunk, then I feel like, in my opinion, let her have it. If you know that also she's doing things to make you get upset, let her have it. Let her do her thing, especially if you got your wife right there, like whatever. I do feel like Quab is doing too much, period. Right? But you could just let her have it, all right? If you feel like she has been the problem to you, in your opinion, right? So we got Quad's side, we got Gregory's side, we got the truth somewhere in there, right? So in Quad's eyes, Greg was the problem. In Greg's eyes, Quad was the problem. If you feel like Quad was the problem, okay, whatever. She's now, quote unquote, that man's quote unquote problem. She's now that man's problem. So okay. So anywho, they're talking, him and T. Then you got Quad and King. So they're also talking. And yeah, Quad talks with King about what was going on with Gregory. So she's like, oh my God, like, what was going on with Gregory? And I'm like, girl, you asking a question about what was going on with Gregory as if you didn't already know that you was drunk as hell, you was saying a lot of fly ass SHI, and your whole goal was to get under his skin, and you did. And some part of me, like, I feel I'm in between a little bit. Although for me, in my opinion, I think Quad absolutely 1000% made herself look like a fucking fool when she was drunk. I do feel like, some part of me didn't care, because as she said, and I'm glad that she mentioned it, she's like, when it came down to me, like, it seems like he was threatened, that I had this great guy on my arm, looks good, whatever. Like, was I supposed to care about how he felt? Because nobody gave grace to me. And I 100% agree with that. I feel like nobody gave her grace. So why should she give him any grace? It's like, okay, Ann, stay mad, be mad. You need to be in control of that. It doesn't excuse her from looking a fool by doing too damn much. Oh, they're gonna have a baby and I'm gonna plan the baby shower. It's just like weird shit. Just weird, period. Okay, girl, just weird. Oh, just like she hugged the man last year. I'm like, oh, what the hell you got going on? All right, get it together. So it definitely was giving weird. But at the same time, I do feel like, yeah, they didn't give you no grace. And as much as you may want to be upset with others and them and Gregory and T being willing to be a part of this group, be mad at your friends too. Because I feel like they could still be held accountable for some SHI while they trying to kick her out. They could be held accountable for inviting this lady to the group. And then now here you are having to film around people that's making you feel uncomfortable. So there's that. All right. So oh yeah, Quad said something about like, this is my friend group. You guys want to be around my friend group. And I'm like, girl, are they friends? Are they? With they raggedy, come on, Simone. But anywho, because I just felt like what they did was wrong. But anywho, so Quad says that Gregory was acting like he wasn't over her. And, I feel like, I think I said it last week that I didn't think that that was fully the case. But I feel like that's very possible that he could just not be over her, because when he says, actually T said something earlier in the previews of the episode, and I think it was a flash to last week, when she says, well, everybody can see that, she was pushing his buttons. And some part of me is like, yeah, but I feel like now that he's with you and he's so far removed from that relationship, I do feel like she shouldn't be able to push his buttons anymore, especially for him to know how she is, feels like she's so much of the problem. Like, it just makes me feel like he hasn't fully gotten the healing that he needs from that relationship. So could he still not fully be over it and how it ended, or whatever the case is? So Quad could be right, but Quad also acknowledged the fact that that's exactly what you wanted. I think you find joy in knowing that you still can make that man jealous. The fact that you still get him upset, or whatever the case is, shows that he's not fully over you. So him trying to prance around this relationship in front of you means nothing, because it's a facade, and she's just only there to make you mad, but you ain't tripping because he ain't even happy no way. Type thing for me. Okay. So Quad, you knew what you were doing, girl. I think you find absolute joy in knowing that that man may still, not fully be over you. All right. But let's keep going. So then Dr. Mimi and Toya, they link up with the hubbies, and Toya is pretty much called out for her participation in the drama with Gregory and Quad. And for me, I do feel like, yes, Toya did mention that she was uncomfortable, and she was uncomfortable for Gregory, but I also feel like people would be then trying to find someone else to place the blame on, in my opinion, other than Quad. Because if you want to say, well, Toya, you started it, actually, we could go back all the way to Dr. Heavenly, who had the questions and stuff, right? So, and if we're not going to do that, because I don't think Dr. Heavenly should really, be blamed for that. All she did was play a game, ask questions. It's up to y'all for how y'all want to answer them. Quad put 20 on 10, right? Doing a whole lot. Oh, we hunched this many times, and we this and that, and then when we do it, whatever it was that she said, okay, doing some. Oh, they're gonna have a baby, and I'm gonna all this extra SHI. Girl, put that where it need to go, and that's gonna be on Quad. That's between Quad and Gregory. Quad doing too fucking much and getting too damn drunk, and Gregory for overreacting or whatever it was. All right, so girl, don't put that. For me, it's not Toya. All right. And Toya was right when she was like, I just said what everybody else was thinking. They were looking it. And I feel like if Toya wouldn't have said it, Contessa was going to fuck around and say it for sure. All right. Even Dr. Heavenly said some stuff, and she said, let me be quiet. And Damon was like, yeah, you hush. You be quiet. You got these people out here. You want to sit up here and tell or something. You be quiet. So it wasn't like Toya really wasn't the only one. But okay. So anywho, the way the ladies sat, because as we're moving forward, there's a time where Dr. Heavenly is sitting with Simone as well as Dr. Jackie. And for me, what I gathered from that scene, the way those ladies sat there and Heavenly let them know that Apollo is coming, and how, Phaedra is already there with her partner. And then I guess they were joking or whatever. And they were like, oh, well, we're going to have to tell Shek that he can't come because there's no room on the boat. That to me was wanting Heavenly to fulfill a bit of whatever her plan or her goal was against Phaedra. When I saw that scene, I said, that is exactly the same way y'all sat amongst each other, in my opinion, to plot against Quad to get her ass off the show last season. For y'all to turn around and say, oh, it was all Phaedra. Nah, this is a clear-eyed view for me of how you sat together and made a decision. The same way you same hoes came together and made a decision on how y'all was going to integrate Dr. Gregory's new wife into this whole mix. Okay, so you bitches high key is the villains. Just a little piece. And y'all know I love me some Dr. Simone, but listen, you bitches is the, how is you cool? Because y'all is the villain. Okay, in my personal, all right. So let's keep going. Y'all are giving the Powerpuff villains of Married to Medicine just a little piece, all right. Anywho, so we get to the boat. Get to the boat. So Heavenly is on the phone with Apollo. At this point, Heavenly learns that Shireen is coming. Heavenly did not know originally that they were. I don't believe Heavenly knew. originally, because Apollo did tell her that she was not coming. I could also see Shireen getting her own flight, potentially, but somewhere in this mix of this trip, Heavenly knew, because when she got on the phone, she said, "Hey, we're ready for y'all." It was y'all. So it was some, she said, that was given. She knew that Apollo was with somebody. So somewhere in that mix. So of course she told the ladies about Apollo coming, because they already kind of knew that. But the surprise for everybody else was going to be Shireen. So it was a little bit of Heavenly was being messy for sure. I don't know if she meant to get that messy type, but I mean, I don't know. Heavenly could have been lying too, right? She could have been lying from the beginning when she said that. When he said that, no, because I thought they showed the clip where she talked to Apollo, and Apollo said Shireen wasn't coming. So I don't know. But I do feel like at some point, maybe on the trip, is when Heavenly may have learned that Shireen will be in participation. But at that point, it is kind of too late. It's too late. The lady, she done booked the ticket. Now she on the way. Now, what we supposed to do? I ain't got no choice but to follow through with the drama. All right. So then Apollo and Shireen, of course, they do pull up. But before we get there, it was something about Phaedra. Phaedra says that she told Heavenly that she should not invite Apollo on the trip while she has her new man there, because it was just getting weird. And I'm just like, well, Phaedra, you didn't even know the guy was going to come. He kind of surprised you when he decided to come officially. So I wonder if Phaedra may have said, hey, now that I have Shek here, maybe you need to go ahead and let Apollo know he can't come anymore because y'all changed y'all mind. I guess she wanted her to snatch back the invitation to him now that Shek has decided to show up. Either that, or you planned on having Shek there as a got you moment type thing. Similar to me with the Quad situation, Quad and King, right? Gregory thought he was going to be able to parade his new wife around or whatever the case was, but whoop, there it is, okay? The gag moment is King is on the trip as well. All right. Not only that, but just King is just here, period. You're not going to be able to try and sock it to Quad how you may have thought you were going to, because you're now married. She got a man now. So to me, I feel like that ain't no different with the Heavenly situation and Phaedra, because Phaedra's probably like, oh, whatever plans you got in play to come, with me and Apollo, whether you trying to start a mess or get us back together or whatever the hell you trying to do, not finna happen, because I'm finna sock it to you because I got a whole nother person coming on the trip. So what else is going on? And I don't think that Phaedra knew Shireen was coming. I do believe that that was definitely a surprise. And Phaedra, speaking of surprises, honey, you did ask Heavenly to surprise you. And y'all both got surprised, all right? You asked her for it, and unfortunately, you received that, all right? Now, Apollo and Shireen pull up, right? And as soon as they get up there on the boat, of course, they're greeting people. When I tell you, Phaedra barely looked at that lady and barely spoke to that hoe too, it's very clear that Phaedra does not with Shireen, but she will be very cordial or respectful enough, right? In public, they'll be cool, and I don't even want to say cordial, but like, it's giving like we straight. I ain't got no dealings with her. She good. She with the ex. You got it. You ain't getting no better than what I already got. So go ahead, do your thing. Miss Mama's like, I don't really got to talk to you. I don't have to acknowledge you, high key. So it is what it is, right? So yeah. So immediately Apollo and Shireen notice Shek. And I keep wanting to say another name, and I need to give him another name, because girl, the way I'm about to lean into and I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to insult his looks, because I'm not at all. Every time I say Shek, I want to say something different. I need to give him another name. I don't know. Y'all help me give Shek another name. Check. I'm going to call him Check. I probably could say Check better than that. So Check is what we're going to call him. So Shireen and Apollo immediately recognize Check. And when they recognize him, they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you were going to be on this trip, or whatever the case was, yada, yada, yada. Then you fast forward to Apollo over there feeling away about it. Like, he's upset because Phaedra knows exactly who Check is to him, and says that, she didn't tell him. And then I guess he's trying to say that Check didn't tell him. Apollo, baby, I don't care what it was. I feel like that lady don't owe you nothing. So if anybody owes you something, it's your homeboy, because your homeboy is the closest to you. And here's the other thing. Before we even know who a Check is, and before Phaedra knows who a Check is, I do believe that he knows who Phaedra is. All of Atlanta knows that y'all were once husband and wife. Okay? So that's not a surprise. So you wanting to be upset with her when you really should be upset with your homeboy if that's the case. And if she is dating and going out on a date with your homeboy, whatever it is, oops, you're bad. Because I don't care. I don't care. You don't get to sit up here, sir, cheat on Phaedra when she was pregnant with your child, then go and marry the side chick because you need somebody to show up for you while you're in prison, because it's the only reason why he married her. To get access of a little bit of the money, because I'm sure she was sending them checks in for him, taking care of them books and stuff. Right? You don't get to do all of that and then try to turn around and dictate who this woman goes on a date with, even if that is your friend. So, oops, you're bad. Let's keep going. And then Apollo gonna talk about how he needs to get to the bottom of this because that's not cool. That's my boy. We'll get to the bottom of it with your boy. And you know what else wasn't cool? It wasn't cool for you to sit up there and have a side chick while this lady was over there pregnant with your second child. That's not cool. That's not cool. You want to talk about what's not cool? Let's get into what's not cool. So the new guys, they do meet Apollo. They're over there chit-chatting with him, learning about him. Apollo didn't want to say too much. He's just like, I've been around. I'm cool. I'm this or that, yada, yada, yada. Let me tell y'all something, though. People say what they want to say, but I do feel like, and I could be wrong, if there was any, disrespect for real towards Phaedra, let's say a guy probably disrespected Phaedra, I do feel like Apollo probably would have tried to step up. He probably would have stepped up more for Phaedra than he did for damn Shireen. Ain't no telling. But anywho, the new guys are younger. All right, so the new guys, you got Apollo. Well, Apollo is not that much younger than them, but he does look like he works out. He's in shape. You got Apollo over there chatting. You have Dr. Mimi's husband, and I hate that I forget his name, chatting. You have King over there chatting, and all of them seem to be mostly fit. They learned that Dr. Mimi's husband used to play in NFL or whatever, so they're just chit-chatting and talking about different stuff and working out. And Dr. Gregory, who amongst the guys seems like he might slightly be in a better weight, you know what I'm saying? Or shall I say, not better weight, but better fit, just a little piece than the other guys. And maybe Dr. Scott might be there too. I don't know. But, I mean, the other guys don't even look like they go for a walk. And it's no disrespect at all. But, I mean, Gregory looked like he at least gonna walk on a treadmill, maybe a little piece. Maybe even do a little bike or something. Just a little piece. So he decides he finna show out and do some push-ups and let them know, at least I can do some push-ups. I can't do nothing else. I can do some push-ups and say Letitia 1, Letitia 2, Letitia 3, Letitia 4, Letitia 5, Letitia 6. Doing too damn much. Just do the push-ups and keep it pushing. We didn't need all of the extraness. Calm down. So anywho, Eugene ends up welcoming. He does welcome King to the group and stuff. And Dr. G acknowledges that he hasn't been so welcoming of King to the group. And he says that, I didn't mean to disrespect you. I didn't even mean to disrespect her. And says, she was just speaking on my new marriage. And it really made me upset. I really didn't want to hear nothing that she had to say. And King says, well, I understand that because, there is a past there between you guys. So neither Quad nor King. So then followed up with that, Greg says, all I said, though, was that she talks too fucking much. And he said it in a joking manner, like it was like dismissive or something. He was dismissing it because I guess he thought that the man heard everything and him saying he didn't mean any disrespect and somewhat apologizing. I guess he thought that it was just gonna, okay. But I was definitely agreeing with Cecil and Eugene when they was like, number one, why the would you bring that back? Like, y'all was going to a good place, so why the hell would you even bring that up? All I said was, it doesn't matter what you said. The overall thing is that it shouldn't have happened, right? Quad shouldn't have did what she did, and you shouldn't have responded the way that you responded. That's just what it is. Leave the apology there. I acknowledge what I did. I haven't been so welcoming. I've never meant to disrespect you or her, whatever it was. She did say some things I don't like. Let's move on. All right? So then Eugene is like, shit, you talking about Quad talk too much. She ain't the only one. She's not the only one. You talk too damn much too. All right? You didn't even have to say that. And I agree. I definitely agree. I'm like, yeah, y'all both talk too damn much, Haki. All right. And we're not going to sit up here and act like Quad don't talk too much. Every damn season, they got to do a montage of how much Quad keeps going on and on and on, running her damn mouth, just like they did this season when she was on the phone with King down to the ranch in Florida or wherever they went, just like running her damn mouth. So they always play on the fact that Quad talk too much because she does. All right. Let's see what else happened. So King says, "You said that to her?" Huh? Like I didn't even hear that. And I'm like, yeah, and she didn't either. Because I guarantee you, if she heard that, you would have knew about it. So neither one of you guys heard him say that. I don't know if he assumed that she told you what was said, or I mean, hell, you were saying right there, so maybe he assumed that you heard it too, but neither one of y'all heard it. So then Scott says, y'all should let the sun set on what happened last night. And King says, I don't think so. And I'm like, why not? Just let it set. Like, it was said, it wasn't right. He's acknowledging that. Even though I do feel like he was being like, all I said was this. You shouldn't have said it. All right. But also I feel like Quad should have been doing the shit that she was doing. That's why I said last week, nobody is right in this situation, in my opinion. But let the sun set on this shit so we can move on. So King says, I don't think so. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go with King, because he feels like he needs to prove himself to somebody. That's where King is. Every night I gotta fight to prove my love, is what it's given. So there's that. So King says that, he owes Quad an apology. And Gregory said, well, here's the thing now. Gregory did not deny that he didn't owe Quad an apology. He didn't say he didn't owe her one, but what he did say was, I think that responsibility can be taken on both sides. And he's right. He's right. I don't know too many women that would want to sit up there near the ex and they're with the new person now, and that person's talking about, knowing y'all are struggling to have a child or whatever, and say, we got to have some babies. We got to have some babies or whatever. And when y'all do, I'm going to plan it. And ain't nobody going to be trying to hear that shit, because if the roles were reversed and Tisha said that shit to Quad, everybody be in an uproar about it. So it's like, girl, shut the hell up. Like, okay, Quad, go sit down, baby. Go sit down, honey. Go sit down. All right. Anywho, so Gregory, he didn't deny it, but he did say that responsibility can be taken on both sides, and I do agree. I agree. Right. So then they replayed the same exact clip where King says, I don't think so. And I'm like, huh? Which one is it? So was he saying, I don't think so, as far as not letting it rest or whatever, not letting the sunset rest or whatever, not letting the situation set on sun, whatever, however it was, basically letting the situation go? Or was he saying, I don't think so, as far as Quad owing him an apology? Y'all producers, I feel, did not, or editors, I feel, did not do that great of a job when it came to editing everything. Okay, I just don't think that y'all did that great of a job. Something was off. I don't know, but it was off a little bit. But I will say this: either way, whether he was saying I don't think so to Quad not owing an apology, or whether he was saying, I don't think so about not allowing it to sunset or whatever, I still feel like King was being a bit extra to me. I do. I still feel like King wanted to get into some things. He wants to do some stuff. All right. Regardless of whatever it was, I don't think so. So you don't think that she owes him an apology? She absolutely fucking does. Regardless of how anybody feels about that. You don't have to like that man. You don't have to like shit about the history of their relationship or anything. What we're focusing on is that moment right now. And Quad was doing too damn much. So I do feel like an apology can be given on both sides. When it comes to the sunset, that man was acknowledging what happened. And I feel like that could have been a smooth moment to say, you right, I'm going to let it set. But next time you do that, you pull some shit like that, I'm going to bust that ass. And that's just how that's going to go. So let me just be very clear of when I'm around how I think things should go. Should you guys ever have any confrontation to just avoid all of that, just come to me and let me know about it. And we all could have a sit down, or I could consult with her. We could talk about it, whatever. Right? So that I just didn't think that it was warranted in that moment, but that's me. Let's see. What else ended up happening? Baby, there was a moment after King says, I don't think so, where Eugene was trying to jump in to make sense of it and calm the situation just a little piece, because I guess he saw it getting heightened. And when I tell y'all, I fell the fuck out. I thought it was so funny because he was so discombobulated. He didn't even know what the hell he wanted to say. And I do want us to just listen to that little piece real quick. Just listen to this.
I don't think so.
If I can interject,
Please do.
if I think the key I think here is that where am I trying to go?
This look at Curtis.
It's a little uncomfortable sitting here.
I mean, I would,
Yeah, help me out, please.
I would say this, and I don't.
Ooh, child, that man needed some help. Girl, that shit had me on the floor. Do you hear me? Man said, if I could just interject here, what I want to... what was I trying to say? Girl, that shit had me... I was too tickled. What you got going on, baby? What you got going on, baby? What's up? Child, that was too funny. All kinds of discombobulating. Anywho, let us keep going, all right? So Cecil speaks on Quad being emotional, and King says, of course, you know, she's going to react like that because there's trauma there. So then Dr. G tells him... Dr. G got to tell him, listen, you know, he says, if I would have known you well enough to speak to you and not her, he says, I would have did that. But I hope you're willing to stand up for her. Now, I said, first of all, he was very willing. Very willing. He very willing. All right. But when Dr. G got up to approach King, in my opinion, you know, I think some people probably saw that as a threat. But to me, I didn't really see it how they saw it. I saw it as Dr. G getting up, trying to make amends and wanting to dap his hand. Dr. G had his cigar in his right hand. He switched it to his left. Obviously, the right hand is the more dominant hand for him to dap it up. King held his hand up here to let him know, I'm not dapping you on a goddamn thing. Okay? So King held his hand close to his chest. And when Dr. Gregory sensed the energy that he was on, it was like, okay, cool, you know. He was like, I hope you'll stand up for it, whatever. Okay, cool. So he walks off. And King was like, King held his hand close to his chest. And when Dr. Gregory sensed the energy, he was like, good, you know, and he goes to sit down. And then King tells him that, you know, as long as you know that, or whatever like that. He says something like, as long as you know that, then we good. And I'm like, okay, you want to get the last word or something? Like, what is going on here? Like, I guess. Now, granted, I do feel like this. To me, right? I'm not saying that King has to like Gregory at all. And I'm definitely saying that King should defend the honor of the woman that he's with, 1000%. However, I don't think this particular situation warranted it when you see that this person is trying to apologize, in a sense, letting you know that they did not accept you at first. They were, you know, they didn't mean to disrespect you or whatever it was, wanting to dap you up and make amends. And it's like, you've only seen one situation. So for me, right, I just feel like this. Whatever that person had with their ex is with them, right? When there is like disrespect of some sort, I'm going to initially allow you to handle that. Should there be another time, and then, you know, me and this person can have a conversation, right? Or even just with the guys, they can have a conversation. But I just feel like, give them the opportunity to show you something different. And if he shows you something different, cool, we good. If he disrespects again, bust that ass. I just felt like, to me, it didn't fit necessarily in this moment. Because King was operating with Greg like Greg did some shit to him. And I'm just like, it's so far removed though. Like, it's like whatever happened between him and Quad, it's like, it happened. She got out the damn divorce. They're divorced. They're on two different sides. Like, what do y'all want? What is it? Yeah, he made a statement to her that night, but she made plenty of statements that night as well. So nobody's fully right in this situation. And because nobody is right in this situation, in my opinion, I feel like it's okay to be on something like it's cool. Let's move forward. Even if Gregory was still upset trying to hold quiet to the fire for things that she said, I would say the same thing. Like, yo, let it go. Like, it's like, it is what it is. Let's move forward. Should some shit happen again, then we'll go from there. Right? So whatever. So anywho, Shireen. Oh, no, let me go back. So yeah, Greg says again that he doesn't have a problem with King. And King says, I don't got no issue either. He said, I don't got no issue either. We're cool. So in that moment, it was clear on both sides that King and Gregory no longer have an issue with each other. Now, I don't know at a later time who got in King's head. I don't know if it was Quad or if it was the producers for the situation to go down how it did later on in the episode. Because I thought y'all just said that y'all were good. We see each other. So then Shireen, let's get to her. So Shireen says that everyone is entitled to do what they want to do. She says, but it is a bit messy. And I'm like, girl, you over here talking about what Phaedra is doing as being messy, as if you dealing with Apollo while she was pregnant and married to him wasn't messy within itself. Ho, is you cool? Because that's not... Be quiet. Hush, ma'am. Be quiet, girl. We're not interested. So they called Check over to get in his business, and they wanted to, ask him all these questions or whatever. They need all these answers. And when Apollo came over was really when they got into some things. So Phaedra didn't like that the ladies were questioning Check and says that they are supposed to be supporting her instead of ambushing her. And I'm like, well, ma'am, in my personal, no one ambushed you. You knew he was coming. Now, you may not have known about Shireen, and maybe that's the piece of the ambush you're talking about, but I don't feel like nobody ambushed you. And in this setting of the conversation, you're more so talking about ambushing you because they're asking a lot of questions of Check. So, I mean, I'm like, I don't really agree with that. Then she goes on to talk about how that's why I don't deal with these type of BITs. And I'm like, now, wait a minute, Miss Phaedra, honey. Okay, because you also was one of those BITs that brought Quad to T's bachelorette party, but T's your friend. And you brought Quad to the bachelorette party. So then what type of BIT were you at that time? Okay, so I can't agree with that part, ma'am. Now, Apollo comes over and says he never told him that he never said he was on a date with Phaedra, telling, Check, like, you never told me that. I didn't know that. So Heavenly thinks that Phaedra brought this guy to play in Apollo's face, and maybe so. And if she did, we shouldn't care. We shouldn't care. But it definitely proved the point to me, right? Whether it was to play in Apollo's face or not, it proved the point to me that Apollo still somewhat wants Phaedra. The same way we may feel like Dr. Gregory ain't fully over Quad or whatever, Apollo not fully over Phaedra, period. So then, and then the point that Phaedra really ended up getting across was showing that in front of damn Shireen's face right there on the spot. Even though she probably sees that on a regular. Because I'm sure Apollo will drop what he doing to come see about Phaedra and make sure that she's good. Just like he made sure he showed his ass up to that reunion for Phaedra, so ain't no telling. So Phaedra asked Apollo, why does it matter who she dates? And I agree. Why does it matter? Like, why are you so bothered? If anything, you should be more upset with your homeboy than you are with your ex-wife, your baby mama. Like, I'm a little confused. So then Shireen yells and says, Apollo doesn't give a fuck about you. And I don't give a fuck about you. How was you cool? Because why are you talking to me? Why is she talking to me? That's exactly what I would have said. Why is this hoe talking to me? Why is she talking to me? Because I damn sure don't give a fuck enough about her. Like, are you okay? So, anywho, so Shireen yells and she says that, and then Apollo says that, Apollo, I told you, Miss Faye Faye, and then Phaedra said, my name ain't Faye Faye, you bad built bitch, or something like that. I was like, oh, Phaedra, not you took it there. Listen, did she lie? Did she lie? I don't think she lied in that moment. BIT. What's interesting is that, and we'll get into it later, I know Heavenly has said that Shireen went off on Phaedra And I don't know if she said she made her cry or not. And maybe she did, or some people cry because they just upset because they want to be the person's ass and they can't. Right? So it may not have been actually the words of what the person said that made her cry. If she did cry, it could have been that I can't whoop this whole ass like I want to. Right? And sometimes that happens with people. But I will say this, I refuse to believe that Shireen said any and everything she wanted to say about Phaedra and Phaedra not say some shit back to her. Because as quick as that girl said Faye Faye and Phaedra turned and said, my name ain't Faye Faye, you bad built bitch. I know that's my right, girl. I know that's right, ho. And then you over here talking about some Miss Faye Faye bitch. As if I'm that much older than your ass. When bitch, you technically look older than me. Don't do that. Girl. Don't do that, honey. So anywho, Phaedra does tell her that she doesn't give a fuck about Apollo, and she says that he's the one chasing everything that she does. And listen, I believe it. Definitely believe it 1000%. Letitia asked, who invited you, girl? Like, no. I'm trying to figure out who invited you, though. And she said, well, Heavenly did, me and Apollo. And then Letitia asked Heavenly, like, why did you do that? And it's like, girl, to be messy. Like, duh. Like, that's why we doing this. Okay, entertainment, being messy, whatever, I suppose. Anything she could do, in my opinion, to take drama away from herself and her husband or whatever. And Dr. Jackie them. All right. So that's what it was giving. All right. So I am glad that Phaedra is gone off the show, though. I will say that, because now y'all can focus on the other ladies. Focus on your group. So y'all finna be back to pulling and poking holes in Quad's relationship. Y'all finna do the same thing to Dr. Mimi, because baby, you're definitely next. Letitia, if you return, they're going to be on your R's. And Contessa. They might be on to Contessa just a little bit. But I could see them not being on to Contessa, right? Contessa's still married and everything. She's good. Tisha, you've said some things on your social media and stuff and in interviews that's going to make the ladies continue to come for you. Dr. Mimi, you're new to this group, so it's like they got to go through some hazing or something just to bring you in, poke holes in you. And Quad, they're going to be back on your ass, all right? And I feel like not as much, because they probably don't want the fans to come up against them, but they're going to be on you just a little bit because, you know, to them, although King is your man, he's still somewhat of a mystery to them. So yeah, they're gonna be back on you, ho. So good luck. So of course, Heavenly and Tisha are arguing with each other, talking about each other's bodies and all of this other stuff. I can't even remember what Heavenly said about T's body, but I think I know it has something to do with being bad built. And I'm just like, whatever it is, Heavenly, let's not act like you weren't built like a walrus yourself before you got enough money to change the body. Okay, the Brazilian butt lifts and other things that you've done. All right. Now, granted, T, you definitely could use a nice size bra. You can. I don't think T's gonna do any work to her body until she at least has that first child. Once she has that first child and she becomes a mom, she might do some nip tuck type whatever things at a later time. But Heavenly, you over there dragging that lady, that's not nice. But you know what? Oh, shit, it's slick, all fair. It's all fair in the arguments. So it is what it is. And I was definitely here for Letitia getting on Heavenly's ass. Heavenly over there trying to talk that shit and tried to stand up on her, and that damn universe snatched her ass back down. Like, where you going? Where you going? Okay, you tried to stand up and the universe said reverse. Okay. Anywho, so Simone says T is out of control. Simone, my love, don't be like a Dr. Jackie, okay? Don't sit up there and make it seem like it's all T out of control, T doing too much as if Heavenly wasn't. Heavenly has done plenty of things to get a rise out of y'all, including you. All right, so let's not act like it's all on T, okay? I don't know what kind of pact you three have made, but it's definitely giving Powerpuff villains. Choose your color. So G is holding on to T, trying to calm her. So he trying to hold on to T, and he like, babe, chill, calm down, right? And she's like, I'm good, babe, I'm straight, I'm good. Like, she don't really need him to, like, hold on to her. And although she says that, in my opinion, people say that often, like, I'm good, I'm straight, I'm cool. And then as soon as you let them go, they haul off running, right? And at the end of the day, he's trying to see about his wife and make sure she's good. right? So then King decides to use this as a moment, which was wrong moment, wrong time to approach Dr. G. All right. And I'm just like, baby, go ahead on. If y'all both said that y'all good and y'all cool, let it be what it is. So for me, I don't really care how nobody else feels about it. I do feel like King had been looking for a bit of a moment. Now, I don't know if it was a moment to prove his love for Quad or if it was a moment that producers told him, hey, you want to go pull Gregory now? And if so, producers are messy as hell because they saw the energy is high at this point. Greg's energy is high. His wife almost got into it with Heavily. I'm trying to calm her down, whatever. Everything, the energy is high. So this is a perfect time to go and pull him to have this conversation because they wanted to see the argument. So, and we kind of did too. So I'm not even gonna hold y'all. We appreciate you all for the entertainment. So anywho, so this man was concerned about his wife or whatever, and King pulls him to the side, and King says that this is the best time for him to talk to G, away from the other guys, so he doesn't have to try to prove himself, as if you aren't using this moment to prove your own damn self. Yeah, I ain't changing on that one. So then King tells Greg what happened last night. I'm gonna let that slide. Cue Sierra's laugh, please. Like, what? Sir, you cannot approach somebody like that and expect everybody to just be like, oh, yes, sir, master, yes. Yes, master, you got it, master, yes. No, yes, master, won't talk to her no more, master, yes, sir. I look down when she come around, sir, yes, sir. I won't even look in her eyes, sir. Yes, sir, sir. Fuck no. Absolutely not. You not going to approach nobody on that type of energy and think they supposed to just be welcoming to that. You looking for a fight. And I don't know if you frustrated with somebody and need to take it out on him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But anywho, so he approaches him. And when you approach somebody on that type of energy, like trying to be like intimidating or whatever the case is, you just can't expect them to respond in a nice way. So Greg says, okay. Greg like, okay. And King tells him not to talk to her anymore. And G says, I don't want to talk to her no more. So G is feeling like he needs to like buck up his chest a little bit. Like, this boy coming at me, I thought we was good. I thought we was cool already. Okay, I don't want to talk to her no more. And I'm like, King, baby, you want the man to apologize to her, but you don't want him to talk to her anymore? Which one is it? Which one is it? Okay. So then G says, tell her to stop saying SHI. Tell her to stop saying the stuff that she says. And then King says, she can say whatever she want. No, she cannot. I don't give a damn about not one piece of a quad stand. She cannot say whatever she want. As much as y'all clock Letitia for saying things and feeling like she can't say SHI, Quad can't either. As much as I clock Heavenly and feel like she shouldn't say SHI, Quad can't either. So I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong at all. It doesn't work like that. You don't get to say whatever you want and somebody's supposed to just take it, right? So then King tells him, if she addresses you, then you come to me. I said, now that I can agree with. Now that you guys have a rapport, because Gregory told you from the beginning, like, I didn't have necessarily a rapport with you to be able to, come to you about her, right? And then in that moment, because everything happened like right in that moment. So, yeah. So anywho, I do agree with that though. Like, now that you guys have had the conversation, supposedly y'all supposed to be cool or over the situation, then I do think moving forward, address King. Just go to King and, you know what I'm saying, have that conversation. And I don't think that's something that is not irrational. I don't think that it's irrational for King to ask that of him, because I feel like a few of the guys may do that. I feel like Dr. Damon be saying that, like, just come to me when it comes to Heavenly. Right? Some of the guys are comfortable enough to just have that conversation with Heavenly. Some of them are. So, I mean, I don't think that's anything's wrong with him saying that part, that one. But the whole don't say nothing else to her, like, I don't speak to her anymore or whatever. Okay, then make sure you tell her that same shit too. Because even you kind of hinted at her not being over this situation with Gregory is a bit too damn much. You even hinted at that. But you also said you trying to have patience with her. So that sounds to me that in your relationship, she spends a lot of fucking time rehashing the past. And you not necessarily trying to be a damn therapist. You will listen to her, but you also about want her to go get that healing too. That's just what it is that I'm thinking. Anywho. But all in all, yeah. I didn't like that y'all agreed that y'all were good all in all, and then the flip just the script just flipped, and you come over here on this man head top. So either way, and you ain't have no choice, I feel, in my opinion, but to let that shit slide, because neither one of y'all heard him say it. You was like, wait, you said that? Don't you know if he told Quad that, you will know what the hell he said? Right? And to think that that man should get her an apology and she shouldn't, y'all crazy in your head. Absolutely not. Y'all crazy in y'all head. That's just my personal. I just feel, Nah, so you ain't had no choice but to let this shit slide, because you knew Quad wasn't finna give him no apology and vice versa. But for you to approach him on, so I'm gonna let that shit slide. Like, that's giving performative as fuck to me. I don't care what nobody talking about. That shit giving performative as fuck. I understand all of these people are on the show to put on a show. So in some way, some people may feel like all of these people are performing or whatever. But also with performers, let's not forget that we have people that are come on the show as newbies and will do too fucking much when they get in front of a camera. And that's what King was giving for me in that moment. Just, to me, no different than Shireen ass sitting over there trying to get loud with Phaedra. Apollo don't give a fuck about you. Yada, yada, yada. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody talking to you, ho. Shut up. Pipe down, sit down. Same thing people be trying to say about Letitia. Sometimes y'all feel like she doing too much. Oftentimes we will see newbies come on the show and they may put a little spice on it, and I feel like that's what he was doing to me. And I'm not saying that he should not defend Quad. That's not what I'm saying. If you are with your partner, defend her. Yes. What I am saying is that this moment was very awkward and it did not fit. If he's acknowledging his behavior with you, even going up to you to try to dap you up, and you on something like, nah, nigga. Now, if you didn't want to dap him, okay. But then to say that you're cool, y'all both good, and then re-bring the issue up on some, yeah, I'm going to let that shit slide. Okay, I thought it slid a few minutes ago. I thought we had already slid the fuck out. Like, you got to come and tell me that again? I thought you had already let it slide. So we didn't let it slide? Oh, okay. Well, let's keep going. What else is there? What else you got to tell me? Child can't. So, King says that he knows about the past, and then Dr. G says, you know her side, and then King said, well, tell me something different. Tell me something different. Now, for me, in my personal, I do feel like as much as he probably could have told him something different in that moment, I would have told his ass, no. Okay, you already have heard the side that you need to hear. You're already steadfast on the side that you're on. So much so that you approach me with the energy that you have. I'm not saying that you should not be on her side. If that's the side you want to be on, cool. Rock out with that shit. But if you think I'm supposed to give you a different side as if that's supposed to change your mind about me, it's not going to, because that's your partner. And that's who you're going to rock with. You don't need my side. You don't need my side. All right. So honestly, with that being said, and with me knowing that, and with Gregory knowing that, he shouldn't have even said you heard her side. Mm-hmm. He should have just said, okay, because that's her man. He's going to rock with her side as he should. So I didn't even think it needed to be a moment to say, well, you heard her side. Like, for real? Shit, okay. And? Okay. So then when he says, tell me something different, Greg says, you're going to find out. Meaning, if you're with her long enough, then she's going to show you who she is. And I doubt you're going to experience anybody differently than what I experienced. Just like Quad feels like Tisha not getting a different Gregory because he hasn't changed. Who's to say Quad has changed? Some of us viewers, as well as the cast members, have all said they both still need some damn healing. So in my opinion, neither one of them have fully changed. Right? So that's just what it is that I think. Now, King says you don't want to find out. Okay, sir. Oops. My bad. I don't want to. You're right. Let me get the hell on. You're right. Don't want to find out that. Oopsie doopsie. Don't want to find out that. that to me was giving more extraness. Like I'm a little confused. I don't know if it was I don't even think it was the damn editing. I'm just a little confused on the energy. After you guys have said that y'all were good, I'm just confused. I understand you know about the past and all of that, but even with the past, you didn't just go up there ready to run up and done up or any of that. It was a conversation that happened. Y'all both said that y'all were good. He told her she talked too fucking much. It ain't nothing different than what everybody else has been saying, because she does. And I'm just like, what is I don't know. It was just giving King needed to fight to prove his love, and I just don't think that was the right time. And I'm sure at some point later, Gregory just might do something that time may be warranted for. But it's we both cool on it for me. And I don't know too many people that's going to be in a situation, y'all both say y'all cool on it, and then later on that person approaching you with the same shit. It's like, God damn, man, I thought we was good. And then you coming at me with some other damn energy. It's going to make anybody be like, damn, who the hell got in your ear? Like, I thought we were straight. So, anywho, people feel like, well, everyone is, no, we got into that. So G says that, yeah, he don't got time to fight anybody, making threats or whatever. So he's spreading his arms. Like, I ain't trying to fight nobody. I ain't trying to hog tie nobody. Like, he out here with his arms outstretched, okay? And at this moment, with my arms outstretched, I need for you to make a way as you have done. So, listen, he's out here calling out for God to help him high key. That's why he's stretching his arms like, I ain't got no beef. I ain't trying to fight with nobody. I'm not trying to do that. It wasn't, to me, a movement of, I want to fight you. You know what I'm saying? Most men, they not finna stretch their arms out like this. They're going to be on some of this, what it is then. You know, they're going to keep their arms close to their chest in an effort to get ready to see if they need to swing on you, right? So he's stretching out. To me, that signal that he's not trying to fight you. And two, it definitely signal for the guys to come. It was, help me, come, help me. That was his signal to the guys. So the guys ran over there. Right? So as soon as the guys come over, Gregory starts to, I feel like he started getting fly by the mouth. And it's like, Greg, don't do that. Don't do that, baby. You was just in this man's face, not trying to really have an issue. You may have gotten a little stern at the voice because that nigga approached you like that. So you met him like that. However, you weren't trying to fight. So don't try to get fly at the mouth now when the guys are coming to separate y'all and you got a little bit of help. Don't do that. So then he gonna say something like, I figured you would like that. I figured you was like that because of your girl. Basically, the type of woman you got, I figured you would be on that type of energy too. And you were trying to piss him off. You were trying to get to him. And I just feel like you weren't saying that shit when it was only space and opportunity, though. So don't be trying to get fly at the mouth now. Okay? Go on. So then, when he says this, King takes off his shirt when the guys come. And then Quad gets to running. Quad's running. She's running. Soon as King sees Quad, then he wants to, once Quad makes it to him, then he wants to start running. And I'm just like, what is this for? What is this for? Everybody looks stupid as hell. Okay? In my personal, I feel like, King, I'm not here for you either in this moment with this particular situation, because you taking off your shirt to me really ain't no different than him talking shit when the dudes come, because both of y'all had nothing but space and damn opportunity. And honestly, when the man had his arms outstretched in a defenseless mode, in my opinion, I was thinking to myself, oh, damn, that would be a perfect time to swing on Greg's ass, because he would not be expecting it. Either swing or slapping the shit out of him. That would have been a perfect opportunity. But neither one of y'all was trying to do anything until later. So, yeah, for me, I feel like King, I think, to me, he was doing too much. To me. But I know I'm gonna let y'all tip tap in the comments, because I can hear y'all now. Jami, he was defending his girl. If your man did it, a girl, scoot back the fuck up off me, because I said what I said, and he was doing too goddamn much in my personal. Okay, you're defending Greg, girl. I'm analyzing the situation. But if that's what you think, then whatever. You're right. I ain't gonna argue with you, Bookie. Whatever you think, if that's what you think, power to the people. Okay, power to them. All right. Everybody looks a fool. Personally for me, but I want us to get into what it is that has taken place over the past few days. So let us go ahead and hop over here, share my screen, and get into some things. All right.
Bitches is mad.
Oh, who's mad, honey? I want to see when they got on the interview and T. Is this it?
Tisha, did you ever end up apologizing to Jackie after you called her elderly in your confessional after she fell down?
No, I think that because she hangs out with Heavenly and Heavenly is such a big jokester herself, I think that she's going to be all right. You know, there's no need to apologize. You know, we're having fun, and so she got to be able to take a joke, and especially if she's going to hang out with Heavenly.
Ooh.
All right, we'll talk about that at the reunion. You have a present?
I do.
I don't care about the
It's a bit concerning.
You know
you
me.
know, she works hard.
Open that wallet.
Okay. All right.
Oh, whatever.
It's
So, one, I agree. I want to apologize to Jackie about fuck ass thing. Okay, I said what I said often as you ladies do. So, what else is going on? And if you could sit next to Miss Heavenly and that mouth of hers, then you damn sure should be able to take mine. Okay, as much as y'all like to say that I act young and I'm young, then bitch, I got a young ass mouth, so I expect y'all to be able to handle it. Okay, that's one. Two, the t-shirts. I guess, girl. That's what Gregory was addressing because he said a little bit of the money, and so he's like, it's a little bit of concerning. It shouldn't be too concerning. So you went and got with a young woman. Most young women want an older man because of the coin. Like, it is what it is. Move away, move around.
Letitia, what's your response to Toya stating that Gregory's a little jealous of Quad and King's relationship and heavily saying that, of course, that Gregory did not want this marriage to actually end to Quad?
Well, you know, I think that, I think they're simple-minded, and they're looking for a storyline. Just that simple. Because I'm very confident in my relationship, and so I drown out all the noise.
I don't think it's the storyline that you meant to say. They're not looking for a storyline. Not with your story. I just think they're looking for more drama. That's it. And it's just an observation, girl, That's just what it is.
Where did you even hear the rumor that Damon has illegitimate children? And do you regret bringing that up to Heavenly?
Oh, the streets be talking. The streets are loud. They are way louder than anything I could ever say. So
you heard it on the streets.
Yeah,
in the medical you believe streets. It. In the medical streets.
Ooh, that's messy.
Ooh.
That's messy.
Gotta be specific.
Wow.
Yeah.
In
the ambulance lane.
Yes.
Okay.
Where did you even hear the rumor?
Letitia, what tea did Heavenly spill to you about Daddy cheating on her? Was it more than once? And did Heavenly confront the women?
Well, when Heavenly actually announced that to me, like, she was getting to know me. And, I think that she was being very open. And, Damon just ended up being a casualty of war. And so I had to bring it to the forefront because she was talking about my husband. And so I think that Heavenly, she forgets that she tells her own business. And
a lot.
She gets very sensitive whenever you bring it to the forefront.
She calls everybody at 7 o'clock in the morning, and she doesn't call you to listen. She calls you to talk.
She's done it to me. She's done it to her.
At 7 a.m.
Every day. It's like ridiculous. You can put the phone down, and she's still running around.
Mm-hmm.
But she's selling everything.
She called me during lunch. She likes cherry Cokes.
Oh, that's
frozen cherry Cokes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Letitia, what tea did Heavenly spill to you about Daddy cheating?
That Damon has illegitimate.
Do y'all believe that? I don't know if he has illegitimate children, but according to Contessa, child, that's messy as hell. Listen, no one has come out yet to show a child or anything, so I don't know. I could definitely believe maybe a bit of infidelity could have happened, but I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That's crazy. She said she heard it through the medical field. That's wild. I just got to move on. I don't know. That's what Contessa said. I don't know what to say about I just don't know, bitch. I don't know. So, anywho, someone says Quad's man only wanted Dr. G to apologize for cussing out Quad, and that Mickey Mouse voiced baby couldn't muster the humility and instead got in King's face. Now, how y'all gonna say this man got in King's face? I don't think that when I will say this in agreement, he did approach King for sure, but it wasn't to like hit him. If y'all paid attention, he took one cigar and switched it to the other hand. He walked up to him to dap him up, but King postured as though like, nah, that's dead. I'm not shaking your hand. I don't fuck with you. Like that, even though he went on and they both agreed to be good on the situation. So the fact that King was good on the situation, and I think about it, I don't think when King says, I don't think so, I don't think he was speaking about allowing the situation to be on sunset from the night before. I think he was saying he don't think so, as in Quad owing an apology to G, because he said she could say whatever she want when she can. So anywho, Quad says that's all King wanted was an apology directed to me for the disrespect. So then the follow-up question is, you don't think that you deserve that you should have given him an apology or T? Cut it out. So someone says, I knew exactly what Phaedra meant when she called them those type of BITs, because what do you mean? You know she did this to piss Apollo off, since that's how she is. You brought Apollo to piss her off. Truth, because that's how you are. Like, I mean, two things can be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think that's true. They definitely brought Apollo there to piss her off 1,000%. 1,000%. And she pulled a move on them. Like, whatever you trying to do, I'm gonna be too occupied with this other man to entertain the BS that y'all got going on. So she slick played them just a little piece. Someone said seeing Quad with a good man who wants to protect her after years of being targeted by the group, including them bringing her alleged abusive ex-husband back around, gives me life. I will say I do like that Quad has a great man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I do like that Quad is got her boo. Everything is good. It's just that situation, I'm like, it didn't fully fit for me. And I'm sure there will be time, if they are on this show long enough, as far as them two, for him to address Gregory should he need to. But you didn't even hear him say that. So I don't know, like, I'm like, you didn't even hear it. So now that you heard him say it, so if you did not hear him say it, were you still going to ask him to apologize? If you did not hear him, if you weren't even aware, you said that to her. So if he would have never said anything, would you have still requested that he apologize to Quad? I doubt it. So, I mean, I don't know. Child. Anywho, so Dr. Heavenly, we the people want to know, did Dr. G press charges on King? She says, yes, he filed a police report that night. Why? King did the right thing by standing up for his woman. In the end, Doc was running just like a coward who always had smoke for women, but nothing when approached by a man. I feel like he did have a little piece, okay, when he got smart with him, just a little bit, when he was like, tell her stop saying the stuff that she say, okay? Like, nah, I don't want to talk to her. But he did do too damn much. It was giving running like a coward, because you had to signal for your men to come. And then when your men came, then you want to get fly at the mouth. That I did not like. And if King would have mollywopped your ass in that moment, I would have I probably would have chuckled a little piece. Okay, don't add war now. All right. But anywho, Eugene trying to broker peace between King and Dr. G is in this tension while being completely at loss of words. It's funny as hell. No one could jump in because they also had no words. At the end of the day, Phaedra owes Apollo nothing, period. And all this mess was orchestrated by Dr. Heavenly, because Apollo and his wife should have never been there, right? Okay, let's keep going. Let me hop out of those. Let me see what Quad had to say about this.
Oh, they said you're going to jail, baby. Why? Why would he do
What am I going to
that?
jail for?
No, unless some more happened, I didn't think that what King did warranted a police report being put out on him for him to be arrested. I mean, I just think that's taking it a bit too far. To me, I don't think that was necessary. But I also feel like he did it in an effort, and that's my question, to get them off the show in a sense, because they probably can't film, right? If I got a police report out on him or whatever like that, then he can't be around me. We probably can't film together with it. I don't know. And if that's how you feel, I would say y'all need to leave the show. right? If you and Tisha feel so much of a way, it might be time for y'all to take a step back, in my personal.
Oh, don't try to put my
I'm
baby
going
in
to jump
jail.
an argument.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right.
That's done, honey. King called down to the police precinct, child. They said that was ridiculous, and they cannot file any charges. So, you know, people say anything. Don't, and y'all run with it. Don't run with it, baby.
Was
Gotta
I
check
banned
into
from
it.
the show?
So here's the thing in reference to the show. What happened with that after what we saw on the sandbar? My ex, his ego was stepped on, and so he wanted to get one up on us, and so he decided that he wanted to go to the network and complain.
That's
and
crazy.
Go to the police department and try to quote unquote file some charges. And so for the moment until we were done investigating, they had said that King can film, but he could not film with the rest of the group at that time. But he could, of course, we have our own personal story, so he could continue to film with me. But this is my man, and we're a package. So I
don't think that was right. I don't think that was right. I don't like that. I don't think that was right. To me, I don't think that was cool. I just feel like, yeah, King did approach him with the heavy energy, doing too much in my personal, right? But I just don't think that he should have been prevented from filming with the group. Maybe prevented from filming with Gregory, but not the group. Like, why would y'all make that decision? And I just don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't agree with that.
But forever, everyone has always asked me about, Miss Quad, where your man at? Where your man at? You know, and you don't have a man and this and that and other. And so now I'm sharing this with you, that I do have a man. And it was kind of like a slap in the face when it was stated that he could not at that time film with the rest of the group. Now, one thing about it, what's up? One thing about it, once the investigation was underway, then the truth really came out. And of course, you all will see how the finale goes. So that's all that I can tell you. So the people had said that me and King broke up. Babe, did we break up?
Broke up.
I told y'all Quad was going to come down to this internet to show y'all that they are good. How about you and yours?
Did we break up?
When?
When we broke up?
Oh.
Wait. Babe,
When that happened?
when we break up? When we break up, y'all? When it happened?
When break up?
Do you want to break up? I don't want to break up. You want to break up?
Nah.
I don't want to break up. Anyway, okay, y'all. So we just checked that mark. We have never broken up. So that's a farce, a myth, a lie. Oh, they said you're going to jail, baby. Why? Why would he?
All right, so that's Quad and King. Let us get into Dr. Heavenly and what she had to say, child.
Started when what you call it say, yeah, I know Faye. Don't call me Faye, bitch. I know she heard that. But because when Shireen started reading Phaedra, when they cut it all out, and I will not repeat the stuff she said because it was deep and dangerous. It was some shit y'all have been like, oh my God. And I don't know who put a battery in her back. Maybe she always had this in her body that she wanted to get with Phaedra because she said Phaedra never spoke to her. Ever. Since delivering the whatever, she never really spoke. So maybe she had a lot of animosity for some things she heard Phaedra. I don't know. But I'm telling you that the girl read Phaedra for filth. Like for me, my problem with the whole thing was I think Phaedra set it up for Apollo to come by himself because she already said he wasn't going to bring his wife because he knew better. She brought his best friend and wanted Apollo to...
How would Phaedra set it up for Apollo to come by himself? That's a decision that Apollo chose to make. Hence the reason they asking a divorce now. I don't understand the hard-on for Phaedra that Heavenly has. 1 minute y'all praised her so much for being on the show, and then now you trying to go in on her when I'm not fully seeing anything that she's done directly to you.
Act up. Apollo is a cold brother talker. He was like, no, I ain't gonna do this. I ain't finna tell her. He didn't even tell me till we got on the boat. They said a Shireen was coming. They was like, call Apollo. I said, y'all coming? Because they told me right before I got on the boat she was coming. I'm thinking making it my house. My heart beating fast because I'm like, oh shit, because I already knew what it was. I knew Shireen is from Phaedra. I was like, Phaedra, bitch, I told you every fucking thing I knew. I told you. You talking to Apollo, whatever. Apollo played her. He was like, oh, I heard you brought my boy. He was like, he said he didn't know you. Whatever. I don't know who lied and who not. All I do know for a fact is Phaedra do lie. That's all I know for a fact.
And I don't discredit that. I don't doubt that she lies, but I also don't believe you tell the truth all the time either.
Now, I don't know what's going on. Don't give a damn about what's going on. However, when they got to arguing and she said all that foul shit to Phaedra, and when Phaedra said your big body bitch, the girl didn't hear her. Because this girl looked like she fight for fun. I'm telling you, when I saw her, I was like a Colombian drug lord.
Oh, don't say she fight for fun when she's over here having a case against Apollo. And now that man trying to paint her out to be abusive, don't do that to her if she fight for fun.
Oh, like, look like she did not play. And I was like, then Phaedra say, why y'all didn't stand up for me? Bitch! These people, I know them. I mean, I'm not finna fuck with these people. Finna do it. I think it started when say yeah. So the little bitch got in my face. And okay, all right. So I failed, which was probably a blessing from God, because me and this little bitch might have been fighting, because she came with all, like, who the fuck invited him? But my problem with this is, and I'm going to just show you, and I'm going to just say it and take it back.
Not saying and take it back.
This little hoe here called me a bad body bitch or whatever she said. And even authentic, it ain't even, take this down. Take that down, Sir Darren, if you can. Take that super chat down. When I was 32, I was a brick house. How dare you talk about me being a big bag when your back is big?
Heavenly baby, you was not no brick house, baby. You were not a brick house. I'm so sorry to tell you, you were not a brick house at 32. Now, which type of brick house are you referring to? Because that's not what the pictures have shown of thyself. At no damn 32. You didn't start adjusting and getting Brazilian butt lifts and all of that stuff till you ran into that coinage over there on Bravo and needed to keep up with the girls. So don't sit up there and do her like that now. Now, granted, work can be done. However, don't play like that.
Your ass is flat. Let me stop. I'm going too far. And your stomach, look. Girl, is that your stomach? Is that your lip long, bitch? Excuse me, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do it. You call me, and my thing is she got big back, something from Phaedra. It wasn't even authentic. But how can you say that when your shit look like that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I'm not body shaming or nothing. The people be telling me about me, and all I do is say some shit back. Because before I can say some shit back, over there, got to fight with King, and this bitch here, I'm going to tell you, she ran over to the people tried to stop her. Simone tried to say, she pushed Simone. Simone was like, bitch, don't push me. Simone pushed her back. So basically, her and Simone had a fight. She pushed Simone, Simone pushed her. So in a way, Phaedra was trying to hold her back. This bitch says, I'm finna go fight King. Because I'm going to use my military powers and I'm going to fight King. Because my husband is the breadwinner and he can't be fighting. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to take it back.
Now, that, I probably wouldn't be surprised if she did say this shit. I'm about to go fight King. I'm hollering.
I'm going to say bad and I'm going to leave it alone.
I can believe that part.
So the little bitch got in my face. And Greg came for the smoke. He was all in that dude's face doing his chest like, man, yeah, I told your wife to shut the fuck up. He was already.
Now, if this is true what Heavenly is saying, I would like to see it. I would like to see it because that don't look like none of the energy that they gave. Now, when she said that when they sat down that Greg may have done a bit too much at the game night or whatever, I think that's possible because that helped me understand why King was staring at him the way that he was, right? So I feel like that made sense. And I understand King wanting to have a conversation with him about it. But after y'all resolved it and you didn't even know that he said the whole, she talked too fucking much or whatever the case is. And then you want to approach, I'm going to let this shit slide. Like, there's a way to get what you want across. Like, hey, I really didn't appreciate how you had that conversation with her. you know, I mean, or what you said about, you know, quad, this, that, and the other. I think when it comes to women, like, there's a way to have a conversation, as many of these husbands have had conversations. Even with Dr. Damon and Dr. G trying to have a conversation about how Heavenly be showing up, how she be acting, even though Dr. Damon was being a bit dismissive, and we had to kind of like call him out for his shit just a bit. But I feel like there was a better way to handle that situation, in my opinion.
He bothered. He fell off the boat. He see this man that look nice. He see Quad with the man. His heart's still with Quad.
I don't fully disagree.
The girl go running after him. You know what I'm saying? He's upset, and she don't know why he's so upset, because he hurt. And Quad playing in his face. Quad was wrong as hell. I'm just gonna say that's my girl. But the man, he came for the smoke.
I'm glad. I hate they cut it off right there, but I'm glad that she even acknowledged that her own friend was wrong as fuck. Okay? Because she was in some fashion for her actions. So if an apology need to be given on one side, it definitely needs to be given on the other. I have no issue with King getting involved in a sense. It's more so for me about how he did it. To me, right? But y'all gonna leave y'all thoughts down below anyway, girl. And I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do. I am Jami, that's me. Make sure you like up the video. Make sure you don't get too mad, because I guarantee you they know me before they know you. But we wish you the best in the comments. And that's all I got for y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell them I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it pull.